As a note, if people do feel uncomfortable in a prone position, like if their back starts to get real stiff and sore, usually it's because they're in just a little bit too much extension for a long period of time, and that causes a bit of achiness for people. So when you prop, you want to prop the belly as well as the pelvis, okay? If you prop only the pelvis down, that actually adds more extension. For some people though, that is what they need. So it depends on the person, but for most people, if we want a little bit of belly support to take out a little bit of that extension. No last one. Okay. And then to begin, we are going to start superior to the head, just taking a little bit of a moment in Anjali. And in this moment, it's a good idea to take a deep breath to sort of clear out the rest of whatever has happened throughout the day. Keep your arms up there. And then when you feel ready to make first contact, it's a really good idea to make a little bit of noise, okay? When you make a little bit of noise, you give them the heads up that you're coming, especially given that they're prone and they can't see you. It can be a little bit shocking sometimes to make first contact without any warning, okay? So I make a little bit of noise with my hands, and then we're coming down to the sacrum, just for a little bit of pressure.
Not an A-frame, but in Tai Chi.
Tai Chi, yeah. You could be in an A-frame as well. Depends on your distance. Yeah. And this first contact is just to familiarize yourself with their body, and then you're going to come around and we're going for some kneading of the QL. For the QL work, a high pigeon is probably what I'd recommend. And we're starting in the window between the pelvis, the lowest ribs, and the spine. And so we find the position of the hands and we stack our shoulders over our hands and gradually sink down in. So it might not look like it, but I'm still sinking down a little bit gradually as Chantel's body gives me a little bit of that space. I'm taking that space up and I'll eventually get to a point where I'll sort of pause there. And then I'll hold it for a couple of breaths. And then I'll rock my way out. It's also nice to give a little bit of a sweep in between touches, especially if the low back is a bit sensitive, which I sense that today for Chantel it is. So then we get set up again and we're going at the same spot. So for the first little bit, we're pretty much just repeating right in the same spot here in the lumbar region of the spine. Settling in. Usually you'll find the second touch, you can get just a little bit more weight applied. And after a few breaths, releasing the pressure slowly, a little sweep. Then we're gonna, when you go through it, I'll talk you through a couple more touches there, but we're gonna take the wandering palm now and head up